Welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. Tonight I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. If you're new to my channel, know I like to go in deep when I do readings. So I like to look at everything. I like to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. So if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to keep that in mind. You also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the underlying energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. We're going to jump right on in tonight. It's been a long time since I've been on this channel. Now, if you are connected to any other zodiac, you might want to check out my Virgo channel or my Scorpio channel, or obviously any other video on this channel, right? Because this channel is an everything channel. All right, let's see what the word of the video is. The word of the video is intolerant. Intolerant. Well, Scorpio, I feel as if you come to a place within your connection that actually just within your life, that you're really intolerant to anything that's not serving your highest good. And that might sound really cheesy, but it's like you're really walking your spiritual path. So even if it does sound cheesy, it's truth. It's the best way I can explain it, because for so long I feel like you were a people pleaser. For so long you went out of your way for other people, and it was never appreciated. It was never, it was almost like it went ignored, or you were doing it to get something in return. Like you never got credit for doing it. So you've come to a place where like you're making things happen in your life, and there are just certain people in your life that just no longer really resonate with you. And some of those people are family. I feel like there's a lot of changes happening right now. And so, because there are changes, there is a sense of wanting to be comfortable. But what you've come to realize is if a person is not clapping for you, if they are not like any part, any support for you, you just don't want them in your life. And I feel like you were connected to someone for a long time, that there was a very strong spiritual connection. However, they did a lot of things to disrespect the connection. And you're like actually on the fence about having this person come back into your life. You know that they want to come in back into your life too. So the energy right now is that you're not really doing anything, and it's because like you're intolerant to like a lot of people's bullshit. So you're just kind of like in your own lane, doing your own thing, and there's a sense that everybody that hasn't treated you bad knows this. All right, so we're going to see why I just channeled that. What does Spirit want us to know? What was important about that channel? So let's take a peek and look and see what your person did to you that you feel is, you know, making you feel like you don't want them back in your life. Let's see. Again, they were like just always lying to you, like just always lying to you, deceiving you, not who they say that they are, kind of always creating illusions, making you perceive things about them that aren't true, and then hiding things from you that are true. Always feeling like you're getting over, like they're getting over on you, rather. Again, creating the illusion to make you perceive that their life looks a lot better, perceive that they're really loyal, where I don't really feel like they were 100% loyal. I feel like they treated you kind of like an option in the beginning, and then towards the end of the relationship, they actually acted like they wanted to be in a relationship, but they were talking to other people again. And then when you would call them out on it, they would act like they didn't care, just aloof about it. And really, I think you fell in love with a version of them that you don't really feel like exists. Again, what you see is that they're really insecure and you're like, again, intolerant of, a person that is emotionally not mature enough to show you how they feel, intolerant to, a person saying that they want a commitment, but then talking to a lot of people, acting like they don't care, but then talking to a bunch of people in a chat room, also to make you perceive that they don't really care is it's again just not treating the connection with any type of honor or respect. So this is what you're intolerant to. Let's look at the triggers, because that will tell us even more. Now, this is important because, like I said, it'll tell us what also you need to heal. Again, masks. So you got tired again of them wearing the masks, which is what I said. Again, deceiving you, pretending to be someone that they're not, hiding things from you that that you should know about if you're going to be in a relationship with them, creating illusions, and then when called out on things, acting like they don't give a shit, just insecure behavior. And like I said, all this, the same thing, acting aloof and again, stonewalling you. So it's like you call them out on their stuff, you want to have a conversation with them. What happens is that they get mad, they don't talk to you. It's like you get punished for asking questions. You get punished for telling this person how you feel. So it's like you don't even feel like you were really in a relationship with them. Again, you feel like you were dating a version of this person that they wanted to be, not really who they are. And then, like I said, punishing you. And then they would accuse you of like being very needy or being very controlling, acting like they can't breathe, that you're like asking too much, acting like they're where really I feel like this person ironically was needy to you. Like when things were okay and they were trying to create the illusion and everything, you knew that that's exactly what it was. I feel like you always knew because they didn't 100% let you in and you never really saw them do anything. And they wanted to spend a lot of time with you also. So there was a sense of that you do a lot. And I feel like this person doesn't have a lot going on in their life. And so there was also a sense that they admired who you were and they wanted to be around you a lot so that they could be associated with you. And that actually made you feel a little stifled again. So you both could feel that way. This person felt that way because um like you wanted to be in a real relationship with them. You wanted them to show vulnerability. You wanted to, really show you who they were and to create real experiences. This person's caught up in creating illusions. They can't even let you come in that close. And then, needing to feed their ego instead of actually nurturing the connection. And then when you call them out on it, they stonewall you and they act like they can't breathe, like you're smothering them. When meanwhile, it's like, you're not giving me anything, but then when I'm, trying to get my work done, trying to, do things that are not a part of this relationship, then you want to be around me. Then you want to, again, stifle me. It's like you want to steal my life. That was kind of like the energy there. again, made you feel like, again, both of you felt that way, but you, for valid reasons, this person as a way of avoiding. So again, when you had a problem in the relationship, but one way they stonewalled you is to project and to, uh, you know, act like they didn't care. Baby, just baby stuff to keep you up in your head, to keep you consumed in the relationship. Again, like, and it's a way that, again, that they like try to control, trying to control you. Um, and again, limiting your freedom when it came to things outside of the relationship. But then when it was time for them to actually be in a relationship, they weren't giving you a relationship, if that makes sense. And so you wanted to like fix this, like you had wanted them to fix it because you cared a lot about them, but it's like this person didn't really want to do that. They didn't want to fix it. They didn't want to heal it. They didn't think that there was really a problem. And really, it was broken. They saw that too many times that they came into your life and they, disappointed you, that they, really didn't try to fix it. They didn't apologize. They didn't change their the way that they dealt with you. And so, after a while, you just begin to really not trust this person. You didn't feel safe with this person. And when I mean safe on an emotional level so that you could be vulnerable because this person refused to be vulnerable. Again, wearing a mask, pretending to be someone that they're not, so busy with that they're not creating a life. But the irony is a lot of times when we're looking at shadows, it doesn't mean that this person doesn't care about you. This is the irony. The irony is that the person's shadows is the mask, and the person comes from that perception. And unfortunately, if person needs healing, they tend to project a lot of the trauma that is not healed from past relationships into the current relationship. So this person has a roll up, which is why they don't really even want to heal. So I feel like you constantly feel like there's setbacks. There's constantly disappointments because this person refuses to heal and doesn't really 100% let you in. Wants you in a relationship, but their way without real intimacy. And I'm not even talking about the bedroom. I'm talking about friendship, respect, the basics. I feel you even though we're apart. It's time for me to heal now. Well, I wanted to see, like I said, where are they due to this situation of it being broken again? Because that's really what happened. You're like, you don't want to repair it. And being that you don't want to repair it, and you try and silence me by stonewalling me, and you say that I'm smothering you, well, again, then I'm going to break it. I'm going to, walk away. I'm going to change this situation. I'm going to destroy this connection by ending this relationship. And so it's again making this person actually look at their behavior. It's because there is a lot of passion. They do have feelings for you. Now understand, you may say, yeah, they want passion. Person that has intimacy issues, that is hiding who they are, that is paying more attention to creating a facade then the actual relationship is because they don't feel like you would want to be with them. It's like you might say, no, I tell them that I like them. Well, it's again, unless you're chasing them, swooning all over them, kind of like ignoring your wants, your needs, then this person, first of all, doesn't get it. That's number one. Number two, there's a sense of, I never really showed you who I am. So whoever you like is not the real version of me. They know this. They're afraid of once you really meet them, you're going to find them boring. And then if you leave them, then you really left them for the real them. So there's a part of them that feels actually safer keeping you at an arm's length, even though no one's getting what they want. It's like you said, they think that they can control the relationship, but what is happening is they're not getting what they want because you're not playing along. You're not playing along because you're like, I don't want to be in a relationship that's so one-sided. I look for you everywhere. So it's almost like this person would hope that they would bump into you, hope that, if they bumped into you, that, they can be able to read how you feel about them, like what you still think, whether you think that they're a complete ass for not fixing it, for not changing, for not coming back, or for, are you happy without them? There's a sense that they don't really know, but they still think about you. Listen, even if you're not with this person, when we look at relationships from a higher state of consciousness, that means we're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, which is through the lens of unconditional love. See, we are down here to be an expression of unconditional love. When we have shadows, it's parts of ourselves that we've rejected. We're not aware of those parts a lot of times until a situation unfolds within our life or a person comes into our life. We don't learn the really tough lessons unless there's unconditional love. You have unconditional love for this person. This person has unconditional love for you too. They wouldn't want you to be in a relationship at all. This is their version of a relationship. It's not a healthy relationship, but it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings because you didn't play along with them controlling this, because that would inevitably make you degrade yourself. You walked away. Then that this person realizes it's like I would try to control everything, and in the end, I don't have the person that I was trying to impress. Why I was doing this, creating the facade was to be accepted, to have you love me, to have you like me, to have to, to to impress you. And then now you're not even here. And the reason why is because they, down in the core, they don't believe that they can have it. That's why, again, they created the facade. So that's why they're like that. Unconditional love is still there. However, it's like, it doesn't mean that they're emotionally intelligent all of a sudden. It doesn't mean it's this person's trying to figure it out. They're not on a high vibration. Again, you know that if a person is trying to create a facade, a persona coming from the mask part of themselves, acting like a chameleon, trying to blend in and go along with the crowd in order to be liked, to be accepted, they're not coming from a high vibration. People that march to their own drum and come from the higher vibration because they're not afraid. They realize when they are authentic, they're going to, again, attract people that have that same vibration. And they're also going to attract people that are want to be a part of their tribe. And people can feel the authenticity. So again, your person is like, I have passion for you. That's what's actually making them do the work. See, passion is considered the element of fire, and fire is the only energy that transmutes spiritual blocks that keep us in a place of limitation, in a place of feeling like we're not good enough, that we're not deserving, like we don't have enough. Like, and I think that we've all felt that in some point of our life, and it takes a special person or a lot of times a special person to come into our life to, show us our magic, our own magic, right? To show us how to be. I replay our conversations over and over. So again, they're in their healing mode right now. So when we can say, okay, what are they going to do if they're going to do anything at all? Or tell us what type of relationship this is. Because sometimes a person's not going to do anything at all, but they're just, trying to figure out the relationship. And then, it goes into more about what that person is learning or what you're learning. Because again, spiritual relationships teach us, they grow us, they show us different perceptions of life as well as ourselves. So again, we are coming into union. So this person feels because they're healing. I feel like also because they see 1111 everywhere, they think that, again, that there's this connection between you and them. They're asking the universe for signs and synchronicities, and they're seeing those synchronicities. And I feel like also because they're doing the healing, they're starting to see the things that you used to say. It's, again, they're replaying the conversations over and over, and they're actually seeing what you said now, where before they heard it, but they didn't really hear it, if that makes sense. Now they really hear it, and that's helping them to do the healing work. We have the past life connection. Memories are surfacing either consciously or subconsciously. Again, the signs and synchronicities. Why, again, past life, karmic mates are people that we were connected to, obviously, in a past life, that a lot of times we didn't learn the spiritual lesson. And so they're coming back into this life. And they come back into this life, and the signs and synchronicities are not just the 111, which is the awakening, but it's also helping this person to remember, again, the past life wounds, because they incarnated with the same wounds that were unhealed. And so they're remembering certain elements. You may, again, also past life connection. Our destiny is calling. Preparations are underway to take the next step. I feel like, again, the healing. And so, again, destiny, this person feels like they're going to be with you. They feel like you're supposed to be in their life. Now, whether that's truth or that's delusional, nevertheless, they feel a connection. They feel a spiritual connection. And I believe that it is a spiritual connection. Now, does that mean that you're supposed to be with this person? No, so all spiritual connections does not mean that you're supposed to be with that person. A lot of times, what it just means is that this person's come into your life to teach you, to help heal you, to help grow you. Sometimes our soulmate comes in for a day, sometimes it's a season, sometimes it's a lifetime. But the one common thing is that all soulmates come in to teach. So I just feel like this person feels like they're supposed to do something with you. Also, that you're part of their destiny. They may not even know what that is. They may even feel like you're supposed to be my healer. You're supposed to be my fixer. You're supposed to be, again, you play a part in their evolution. So again, there's a very strong spiritual connection between you and them. I'm seeing synchronicities like your name or 111 and wondering again what they mean. So literally, this is a very spiritual connection. And so it's making this person like look inside of themselves and look to see what does 111 mean. And that's again when they saw the 111, they saw that it was awakening and that it was coming into union, right? It's like so this is what's happening. The past life memories, and then the universe is also conspiring to awaken certain things that, again, that have been suppressed within inside of them. Inevitably, your soulmate, your twin flame, your person comes into your life to to awaken, to help awaken, but also to help heal. And that's why, again, you're seeing the 1111 throughout this reading and the synchronicities, because the universe is also helping this you and this person to come together, it looks like, or at least allowing this person to utilize what you came in to their life to help them heal, right? And that's like a big deal. Um, so again, this doesn't even belong in, this doesn't even belong in this deck because it's a different deck. But I'm going to take it anyway. And so I feel like this person is afraid, however, because even though that there is a very strong spiritual connection, they're afraid that you're going to say something like you're going to cut them down like with your tongue because it's a sharp tongue, like clear cut, dead on, intense target, right? So I take that as this person is like, definitely admires you and looks up to you, but you are very direct. So the thing is, even though there's a past life connection in this life, this person was not good. They played games, and there's a sense that they didn't fix it and you walked away. And so they're afraid to contact you. They're afraid to contact you because that you're going to, like, again, say something to them. Say something to them like that's going to like cut them. And that could be that you're not interested, that they blew their chance with you, that so I feel like this person's actually been avoiding you because of that. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life makes sense. So it's again, this separation right now is, I feel like, again, the synchronicities and the past life um, memories are helping this person heal, but and it is because they're going through a dark night of the soul. And that's, we go through a dark night of the soul a lot of times when we have, lived not from our truth. We all tend to um, live situations that are only supposed to be temporary, and we try to make them permanent. And then in order to make situations work, we compromise ourselves. And so in a way, we all tend to wear masks from time to time, but it looks like your person did that in a lot of areas of their life. Because when we go through a dark night of the soul, it's because our life collapses. It's that we're at the lowest of the low. And that happens mainly because karma. And karma happens. And karma is good, not good or bad. We tend to associate karma with bad. So I should say negative karmic retribution for this person. Because when they lived from the mask part of themselves, they didn't create anything on real truth. It's again, it's a facade. So the people that they were around, the situations that they, you know, got involved in were of that same energy. And I just feel like, it's just so happens that the universe, that like shook this person's life up. I feel like they lost their job. I feel like, you know, some of them they had close people die. So again, they had things, major things that um that this person perceived was their support. Support really isn't somebody else. We are supposed to create our own support. And that's not just money wise, it's also emotionally. And I don't feel like your person was emotionally intelligent. I feel like they were not secure in themselves. They created the facade that they were, and they lost their job, whoever, or if they lived with somebody that was part of the family, they passed away, the end of a relationship, whatever it was, that whatever this person perceived that their foundation was, got ripped out from underneath them, which again, now they're forced to look at themselves and they're forced to look at their life, something that they really weren't willing to do. So it just so happened that you are not part of the equation because you walked away from this person, but it just so happens that it's benefiting you that they're going through this dark night of the soul because it's actually making them look at their entire life, which means also how they treated you, which they refused to do this entire time. They didn't want to do it this entire time. When I look into your eyes, I see the universe and it activates me. So it's again, this person again feels a very like strong soul's connection to you. And so again, that's activates the heart chakra. And so inevitably it brings them again back into themselves to help heal themselves. So it doesn't say that they're going to do anything right now because they're going through a dark night of the soul. Um, but if I pull one more, does it say? Nope, it still doesn't say. This person is concerned that, however, that you may listen to other people about, about them. Like, don't date this person, don't give them another chance. And it's mainly because I feel that this person for a long time wore masks but still thought about you and talked about you to other people and asked for advice from other people because they're not strong within themselves. So they're kind of projecting that you might do the same thing. So they're nervous about that. So we always ask, why did you attract this person into your life, right? Because right now, I don't see them coming back into your life right now. They hold you in their heart. Do I feel that they are eventually going to come back into your life? Yes, after they get through the dark night of the soul, because what they're seeing is there's still love. See, whatever's left standing in this person's life after dark night of the soul was built on truth. And what they're seeing is that you were true. All the other bullshit wasn't true. The people that they spend time talking to, instead of really taking the time to nurture you and build a connection with you, was again bullshit. Those people aren't in this person's life. They don't want the people that they were hanging out with in their life either. So, like I said, this person, I do feel like they're going to come back. They're just not coming back right now. But we have to say then, well, why did I attract this person? So we look at the inner child wounds and we pulled out abandonment. Now, abandonment would be emotional abandonment, like when you were a child. not having nurturing parents that couldn't be there for you, whether that's because someone was sick, whether someone was an alcoholic, whether someone worked all the time, whether you had a single parent. It's a collective reading for all of you. For all of you Scorpios, the situation is going to be different. Nevertheless, the wound is the same. It's abandonment and abuse. And if abuse is not just physical, but it's psychological, it's emotional. So abandonment, I'm feeling because you grew up in an alcoholic family, you grew up in with a very stressful parent that was not happy. So they projected a lot of their unhappiness onto you, making you feel not good enough, not deserving, not worthy. And made to feel like, again, that no one understands you, that you're different. And so, again, which is why you were abandoned. And so, really, this person made you actually feel abandoned, made you feel like, like you were an option, kind of treated you, like I said, a little bit like how you feel when you're misunderstood. Like, oh, no one understands me. No one wants to be around me. It's like this person, like, is showing attention and giving energy to other people that are insignificant, but then to you, not giving you anything. So it is a form of psychological abuse. And I feel like the reason why you were you attracted this person into your life isn't so much that you're deserving of it. It's to see that you, on some level, again, staying connected to this person for any amount of time would say that. But I feel like you didn't. As soon as they did what they did, you showed them something different. And I feel like it's because they made you feel the same way that you once felt, that very, very familiar feeling. The thing is, I do also feel like you've had good relationships. Not all your relationships were bad. So you actually do have like like you know what to look for in a good relationship. It's not that you didn't have any bad relationships, you have, but you also have, either that or you've watched someone have a good relationship. So you know what it looks like. Where, like I said, I feel like this person didn't think that you knew or would like didn't value yourself as much. And if you gave this person too much of your time, which it seems like you did because of the way that they treated you, they got a little too comfortable in the way that they treated you. Well, that's why. It's again, now they see that you were genuine, that all the, again, those other people and that they gave time to were not. They've had a lot of time to think. I always like to ask you anything. Is this person going to do anything? I'm working up the courage to contact you. So again, eventually they will, but it's not saying. So I assume that they would, but I always like to see, okay, well, they made you feel that way. They want to rectify it, that this happened. So again, this is a collective reading. For some of you, you're going to say, no, I'm not going to take this person back. But I believe that this is a past life connection. It's a soulmate twin flame connection. This is, again, the person's going through a major dark night of the soul. Then after, they're going to rise like a phoenix. And they're not coming back the same way. However, are they 100% healed? No. I feel like unconditioned love helps us heal, though. So again, for those of you that feel like you have unconditional love for this person and want to take them back, then you should, but you should again always have boundaries. Meaning don't lose yourself in the connection. A lot of times with the soulmate twin flame, like it's so intense and there's a lot of passion and chemistry that you can lose yourself in the relationship. So we have to ask ourselves and remember that person needs healing and so do you. The twin flame connection comes in to your life to help you clear energies that you couldn't clear, which again happened in childhood. And what we see is that your childhood was hard, Scorpio. And this person, again, has had the same type of childhood. Their wounds are the same as your wounds. However, like with any twin flame, there's a runner and a chaser. So, the behaviorisms are different, but the behaviorisms are usually ones that trigger each other to help you clear what you need to clear and help this person clear what they need to clear. And because there is unconditional love there, it's usually really difficult to walk away because it's a divine connection. It's like, I want to walk away, but it's like, but I love this person. So, like you said, we always ask the universe, how can we deal with this connection? If we choose to be in this connection, what should we look out for? What should we do? What healing advice does the universe have for us as we close this reading out? Freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all the doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust His will and find freedom. So again, this is a divine connection. So it's almost like the fear that this person, it's almost like if you know that this is a divine connection and everything's happening in divine timing, perfect timing is divine timing. Again, the universe is orchestrating this. And like again, having faith, is having freedom because you realize that you're getting a person that the universe constructed for you to help you heal, to help you grow, to help you evolve. Does that mean that they're supposed to come be in your life forever? No, but they're supposed to be in your life for now, or whether it's a season or a day that they're coming into your life to help you heal and you to help them heal. And I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to my senses and embrace challenges. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. I find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. So when we're in peace, we're actually at our natural state of being. When we're, have peace of mind and when we're relaxed in our body, we're not stressed out. We're vibrating at the same vibration as the universe. So a lot of times when you're in a soulmate twin flame relationship, it's really hard to get into that vibration because, like you said, you get triggered. However, the biggest lesson that you're supposed to be learning from your twin is unconditional love and unconditional love for yourself. This person is coming into your life to show you where you are not loving yourself, where there's shadows, where there's wounds. So the unwavering in the face of fear, again, you may have a lot of wounds, a lot of, around relationships, being that you were abused, being that you were made to feel as if you were different, so different that you didn't get the love that you needed, that you were neglected, of whether it's emotionally, physically, psychologically, and I feel like for some it was all. And so it's like to be taught unconditional love is really hard when you have had that type of betrayal, and for both parties. However, when it's a divine connection, it's one that's we feel like we don't have any control over. It's like I just love that person. It's like almost like I see the red flags, but I can't help it, you know? And so it's a sense of that spirit saying is like it is a divine connection. But when you get triggered, understand it's not to react, it's to learn also how to deal with those triggers in a productive way. I feel like due to the environment that you both grew up with, you both can fall prone, fall prey to addictions, to how to deal with stress. You know, I mean, these are old wounds from childhood of abuse, neglect, uh, feeling misunderstood, not being accepted in your own family. You were conditioned in your family to believe that, and so was this person. So you were not taught about unconditional love. You were taught that love, there was expectations, and if you didn't meet those expectations, well, you weren't loved. Well, with this relationship, it's going to be triggering. You're going to question it because it's difficult. However, there again, the divine says, no, this is a connection that's supposed to happen to help heal you. However, it's because I feel that you're both evolved enough to deal with it. But remember, it's about always being in this vibration and embrace the challenges that are going to come with this relationship and deal with each other through gentleness and calmness, not the way that people dealt with you guys. Because remember, you weren't dealt with through gentleness. You are learning how to do this with this person, and they are with you because there is unconditional love. However, there's a lot of wounds, and the first healing is really when this person contacts you. Will you give them unconditional love? Will you give them forgiveness? Because that's what unconditional love is. When you forgive someone, will you be vulnerable? Will you give them the gift of your vulnerability? Will they give you the gift of vulnerability? Remember, both of you were not raised in an environment that you were allowed to be vulnerable. So this is going to be challenging, triggering. You're going to need courage, but the connection's supposed to happen because it's a spiritual one. It's to help both of you heal and evolve. So I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. I hope you resonated with this and made some sense out of your connection, especially if your connection is a very spiritual one. And then you're like, but it looks like shit show. It's like this person's triggering the shit out of me. It looks like shit show, but I have this deep connection. Make some sense out of it. Well, again, soul connections are not one of the people that we would normally choose because we say, well, that's not my type. Well, they don't do what I would do. I'm not even into that. You know, it's again, we have perceptions about them and about how they live their life and everything. And the whole point is that Spirit's saying is, I'm teaching you through showing you a different perception. And if you didn't have love, unconditional love, you wouldn't stick around long enough to learn it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.